Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory with the Kansas City Royals. It's been about 10 days or so since I've recorded a video. Um, I know we lost in the playoffs. I think we lost in the first round, right? We lost in the wild card. Where am I going? Standings. Playoff tree. Yeah, we lost in the wild card to the Guardians. We did finish with our best record, if I remember correctly. Yep, 91 and 71. Made the playoffs back-to-back seasons. The offense is starting to come around a bit. Our pitching staff, Little, Sarantola, Quaystad are all really good. I remember Edgel's ratings started to dip. Hopefully he can get some of that back. We've got Tim McLean, our shortstop, who's probably not ready for next year unless there's a pretty substantial jump in the offseason, probably one more season in the minors. But we've got an off season and a new season to do. So let's go ahead and start offering some money to some people. See if we can save a little bit of cash here and there. I would love to sign Quaystad to an extension, but that's just ridiculous. How many years does he have left? Here. He's got one more year after this. So we can't offer him more than 12 in this season. So what if we went like 7 and I dropped this to 12? And like this to 30, not 39. Would he take it? He would. Okay. I'm okay with that. The last 2 years are team options, so it's really a 5-year deal. Get Quaystad locked down. It's a lot of money, but, I mean, we don't have money to spend elsewhere. Cantorino, was he good last year? He was. He was very good last year. He wants 2.7, so we should be able to offer him like 2.6. That'll work. Diaz 1.3, so like 1.250. Kurdna was really good last year. He wants 5. That's a lot, but I think it's probably okay. We may need him as a starter. Mendez at 3.2, so we should be able to offer him 3.1. Ken Mendieta wants 2.8, so we should be able to offer him 2.7. Ken Blake Hunt wants 2.6. We're going to keep him around because he's been really good for us. 2.5. Carter Jensen had his best year, and we limited him really to playing against righties. I want to say we had somebody who was going to be ready to play first. We did. What's his name? Where is he? Maltman. He's likely to be our starting first baseman next year. So I wonder if we try to trade. I think we sign Jensen to a contract and then try to trade him at international amateurs so we can pick up another piece, if you will. So 5-4. That'll work. Pick up some more money at international amateurs. Yasser Mercedes. He wants a long-term deal. I'm not comfortable giving him that. What does he want? 3.7. So we should be able to give him 3.6. I mean, he's been good. But he's 25 years old. He's given us 2.5, 1.9, 3.9. I'm afraid if I offer him that extension, I can't give him that. That's crazy. No. I mean, he's been good, but that's crazy. That's crazy money. 3.7, and this is his first year of ARB, so yeah, let's give him 3.6. He'll take that and be happy with it. Colmenares, I think we were going to get rid of and call somebody else up. Was it Bathgate? Yeah, I mean, he's not quite as good defensively. The bat is better. Or was it Anderson? I can't remember. Like I said, it's been a while. I think it was Bathgate. I think we were going to move on and call up Bathgate. Maybe it was Corbett? because he was better defensively. Either way, I think we're good. Trading Colmenares if nobody wants him. Let me mute this other PC. Nobody wants him. We can just non-tender him, which I'm totally fine with. I just want cash. So remove. Will you give me $3 million for him? Give me $2 million for him. Yeah, I don't want to give up any. Yeah, I mean, we can try 1 million. If I can't make it happen for $1 million, I'm just gonna change anything. All right, we're just gonna non-tender. Lane Henderson is a free agent. I would like to bring him back, but I can't bring him back. We don't have enough money to bring him back. We should go into our player list, go to upcoming free agents, and offer all of our minor leaguers. Why is Frank Lara a free agent? He shouldn't be a free agent. And he's not quite ready. Or not even quite ready. He's not even close to ready. So we had the top 2 hitters in the American League. That was kind of neat. Fleming is likely gone. Or not likely gone. Ben Hernandez is probably gone as well. It's a captain. We should get some good fan interest bumps from some of our players. In theory. But right now we're getting a lot of players telling me they don't want to re-sign minor league contracts, and that's fine. All right, so we sign Hunt, we sign Diaz, we sign Cantorino, we sign Jensen, nobody cares. We sign Curtin, and nobody cares. We sign Quaystad, and nobody cares. Really? No fan interest bumps for anybody, except for Edgel. And he's the worst of the bunch. Like we're signing all of our players. Get to the Great Glove or Golden Glove, whatever you want to call it. Darvin Cruz is gone. That's fine. He was okay for us for half a season. And now we are at Gold Gloves. Do we have any? No Gold Gloves. We might have the MVP, which would be cool. Reliever of the year. We had Will Klein finish 5th. Platinum Stick, Diego Guzman. He could be the MVP. We had 1 Platinum Stick, Silver Slugger, whatever you want to call it. Rookie of the Year, Blake Maltman finished 3rd. Only played in 124 games. He will be our starting first baseman next season. Probably our leadoff hitter, which is something we've been lacking. Best manager, Rocco Baldelli. Cy Young goes to Christian Little. Love to see that. And here we go, the MVP. We get the MVP. Diego Guzman is our most valuable player. Hit 309, 41 home runs, 106 RBIs. And that's been great for us. What is our fan interest at, just out of curiosity? 61. I mean, that's better than it's been starting an off season since we have kicked off, I think. It's usually been in the 50s. We don't have anybody up for arbitration. Free agents. International free agents that we can't sign. Oh my God, look at this guy. Ciego Goto, 28-year-old monster of a third baseman. Nice prospect here. Wow, now Suzuki. He looks pretty damn good as well. All right, so now we have to. What do we have to do? We have to international. International. Did I forget to do internationals? I don't think I did. I think I invited a handful of these guys before. Look at this guy. Leo DePena. Yeah, I mean, we can invite all these guys. I don't know that I'm going to be able to sign more than one or two of them, but we will invite them all. We will go to scouting lists, international. Did I already run? I must have already run practice this month. All right, let's get to December. And then we'll get up to the Rule 5 and see if we can improve the team. I don't even know what I'd be looking for at this point. All right, run practice. All right, there we go. Let's get to the Rule 5 since we can't do anything in the winter meetings. I mean, technically we could. We could trade players for cash, but I'd rather trade players for IAFA at this point, and maybe try to trade players for cash once we get into the season. All right, so we are at the Rule 5. We got to put Lara on the 40-man, which I'm not crazy about, but buys us some more time with him. It's fine. Anybody in Triple A that needs to go on the 40-man? And Naba probably needs to go on the 40-man. Lacey, Marsh, Madugno. No, none of those guys I'm concerned about. Is McLean improved at all? Nope. Andres Ramirez. I think I should put him on the 40-man, honestly. I don't think Buckley was a high pick last season, right? He's going to be ready to go sooner or later too. Johnston, our 6th round pick. That's a nice bat. Yeah, so we got a lot of prospects in Double A that are sort of making their way up. Henry Allen, meh. I mean, is he better than Stewart? 60, 55, 55. Not really. So we'll just leave him where he is. If he gets taken, he gets taken. Corbett likely won't get taken. Slago was our 1st round pick last year, right? Yep. How'd he do? Yeah, not great. All right, let's get into the Rule 5. Picking 24th. All right, let's just quickly see what we have for popularity. See if there's anybody here that can help us. Andrew Wantz might not be a bad pickup. Maybe better as a reliever than he is a starter. Wagner's 29. Yeah, let's take Andrew Wantz. All right. Fan interest increases noticeably. Let's go to our next pick. I saw a 60 overall rated second baseman. Let's see what that's all about. Lazaro Rivas. Heck yeah. I mean, he doesn't really have a position. Bat looks pretty good, but he doesn't really have a position. I don't know that I can... I mean, do we just keep him as a DH? Yeah, Josh Baker looks like a pretty good outfielder. Do we need another infielder? I mean, we've got Guzman at 2nd. Witt at 3rd. Sal Stewart. Chad Phillips is our starting shortstop at the moment. We got Maltman as our starting first baseman. If we called him, if we drafted Rivas in the Rule 5, I don't know where he would play. Who's our DH? Stewart? I mean, I guess if we gave him time to develop, he's a fan favorite, high work ethic, sure. Why the hell not? What? Why can't I draft him? Because he's in my minor league system. It took me a little bit too long to realize. At least I don't have to put him on the 40 man, or at least I don't have to put him on the big league roster. Yeah. Shows you how long it's been since I've played. I don't even recognize my own talent. Let's go back to pitchers. Again, I don't know that we need pitchers, but if we can grab a couple of extremely popular guys to throw on our roster, Daniel Lloyd looks all right. And we can grab Reagans and just put him on the injured list. I think that's a good plan. Noticeably again. Are we at 40? Yeah, we're at 40. All right, so what did that do to our fan interest? 61 to 65. Not great, but okay. I don't think we're going to take any fan interest hits for losing any of the players that we have, but I think we're good. Is there anybody on the 40 man that I want to take off? I don't think there is. Yeah, I mean, Reagans will just stick on the injured list. Put him. I mean, he's out for the year, so that works out nicely. Can put him on the 60-day, and I think it takes him off the 40 man, but leaves him on the roster. So I think that's, I don't know if that's a workaround or what, but all right, we're gonna go ahead and call the draft. All right, so that is going to do it for the Rule 5. Let's get up to International Amateurs. No, let's not get up to International Amateurs. Let's just get up to January 1st. Trade proposal, which is very nice of you, but I cannot. All right. Scouting task, international, run practice. All right. Now we can get to International Amateurs. I should have whatever the max is. Great, more trade. I can't do anything with International. At International, our fan interest is still sitting at a 65. We have 5.7. So we got 5.7 million. Let's see if we can now trade Carter Jensen. If we remove... They don't want to trade IAFA funds. They will. They interested in Carter Jensen? They can't afford it. Of course they can't. Twins can afford it. Oh, they can't once you add the international amateur stuff. All right. So let's find a team that can afford it that also wants to trade their IAFA. There we go. Okay, so they can't. Apparently I can't math. We got a lot of teams with no money. I wonder... This is interesting. The Marlins will do it. Oh, but they don't have any international amateur. Huh. They're not interested in... Nobody has any money. The A's do, but I can't imagine the A's would... Yeah, look at what they're asking for in return. What about just straight cash? Marlins. The Marlins had a bunch of cash. Oh, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to trade Carter Jensen. All right, well, it is what it is. All right, so we're in International Amateurs. All players. So we've got Alfredo Arteaga. There was a pitcher in here. He's only likely to be a two-pitch guy. Maybe it makes more sense to go after these two and then... Wow, he looks good. So he's very low, so let's offer him a contract. Let's just offer him the 180, given that league interest is very low on him. Gasparino I like, but the changeup's never going to develop. He's got the knuckle curve, though. Let's offer him like 125. He'll probably be the first one we back off of if we need to. So we have 4.2 million, and I think we just go after Arteaga. He can play all over the field. Let's offer him 4. And let's see how that goes with those 3 targets. Okay, so the 2 players that we were interested in are already getting better offers. So let's go here, here, here. Remove. Let's go back in here. Oops, wrong guy. Plazer. Offering 220. Let's just give him 5. And then Arteaga, 5 million. Could we take 5 too? I think we may have screwed ourselves out of Arteaga here. Oh, we didn't. We got him. We got him for 5.2. Awesome. So are we also going to get plays or we hit it? Okay, so we got them both. So that'll work. The extreme ground ball guy and the 16-year-old potential stud with the bat who can play second base, third base, maybe. Second base more than likely. Left field, maybe as well. Cool. All right, let's get to the preseason. I don't think we're going to get... He raised our team budgets, but he dropped our scouting and development. Yeah, because he didn't raise our budget enough to account for how far below we were. So that's fine. All right, well, I'm going to quickly sim ahead to opening day, and then we'll come back and set the rosters, and we'll get to playing. So I'll be right back. All right. Get a little comfortable here. All right, we are ready to go. I came back on April 1st because I wanted to take a look at player development. Andre Ramirez gets better. He'll probably start in AA, AAA. I'm not sure. Probably AA. In fact, let's put him in AA. And Naba is another one of our young pitchers. He got a little worse. Stick him in AAA. Lazaro Rivas. Wow. It was 65 overall. We'll start him in AA. I don't think he's ready yet. But again, that's designated hitter. But if that eye develops, having him and Maltman at the top of the lineup could be nice. McLean got worse, which is a little disconcerting. He'll start... Oh, he got worse at defense, too. That's not good. We'll start him in AA. Dugno. AAA. Lara got a little worse, but it's fine. Start him in high A. Nate Buckley, he got much better as a starter. He's ready to go now. He really is. His stamina's down to a 30, though, so Unfortunately, we took him in the 3rd round with the hope that he would be a starting pitcher. I'm going to leave him as a starter and see what kind of numbers we can get out of him at AAA. Maybe we end up, if we make him a reliever, he probably becomes really, really good. Yeah. Let's leave him as a starter and see how it goes. That 30 stamina isn't great, but could be good enough for us. Sean Gamble gets better. I'm going to have to move some players around. Benjamin Matanha gets a lot better as well. One of our international signings look like he's finally developing. McQuirk we drafted 2 years ago, and he seems to have stagnated a bit, but we'll start him in AA. Yeah, a lot of pluses there. All right, so we are at 35 players. We got to get down to 26. We have 16 pitchers. We got to send 3 pitchers down to the minors. Austin Nye. Wentz we need to keep because he was one of those popular guys. So Panzini and I think Curtin is probably the guy. Cameron Johnson, I think, for now. All right, take Curtin out of the rotation. Let's go down to a 5-man. We're going to go Little because he's the reigning Cy Young Award winner. May not be the best pitcher on our team, but he is our reigning Cy Young Award winner. Edgel, seems to have capped at a 75, 55, 30. We'll see how that goes. I think these days are long gone, unfortunately, but if we can get an ERA around 4 and a couple hundred strikeouts, I'll take that. What does it want to do with our bullpen? Klein, it's what I thought. This is what it did last year as well. Klein and then Mendieta and Mendez as our setup men, which is totally okay. 32 batters. We got to cut that down to 27, so we got to send 5 down. Swan is our he was with us last year, so it's Guzman and Lastras. Antonio Anderson. AAA. Caminiti can go to AAA. Puts us at 28, so we have to send 2 more down. Tonti. Yeah, see, I was expecting to be able to trade Carter Jensen. And I was going to start Phillips at short and use Corbett as our backup. Maybe we do this. Let's try this. So Phillips is 70, 50, 45, 55. Corbett's probably better. He's got the better arm at short, so I think we'll send Phillips down to the minors. Yeah. All right, let's clear the lineups and set our lineup. Let's clear the depth charts as well. Our leadoff hitter will be Blake Maltman at first. Not bad against righties. It's passable. Witt is our 2. Guzman is our 3. Aiden Miller is our 4. And then we get into where do we go from there? Yasser Mercedes as our 5. Escobar is our 6. Man, I need him to develop. He's getting there. I mean, he's getting there. He's not far off. DH against righties will be Carter Jensen for now. We will bat Swan in the 8-hole. And Tommy Corbett in the 9-hole at short. So 1 through, I would say 6. 1 through 7 were pretty solid. Hunt every 3rd game is fine. Sal Stewart, Max Muncy, I'm okay with that. Let's copy that lineup and paste. Do we want to make any changes? Jensen comes out against lefties. Muncy goes in against lefties. Same thing, Hunt starting every 3rd game, and I think we're okay with that. So let's get up to opening day. you can see, we went 16-10 in spring training, or 15-12, and I was looking at Detroit. We went 15-12-1 in spring training, which is fine. All right, reached the playoffs, top 100 prospect list. We've got Ballesteros at 7. Where is our minor league system? Still first. Ballesteros is 7th. McLean is 21. McLean may end up not being a shortstop. He may end up being a second baseman. I mean, that's what those ratings scream to me. Lara's 22nd. Solorio is 19th. And Arteaga. So, yeah, it's all international guys. Well, I mean, these last two are international guys, so I don't put a whole lot of credence in that. But, all right, it's opening day. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go through offline before I start simming and kind of move people around. So when we come back, it will be the draft. It'll be July 11th. So I'll talk to you guys in a couple of months. All right, guys, we are back. It is, I'm going to make some noise here. It is early morning the next day, like before 8 a.m. Doing a little bit of recording before work. And I want to get through the draft. So it's been... You can see it's been okay. It's been a weird year. Our offense is 9th, which is about where we were last season. Some players are performing pretty well. Some are underperforming. Our pitching has not been good, which has been a surprise. Who would have thought we would have run out of pitching? But we are running low on starters and relievers as some of our players are going the wrong direction. Chris Edgel has been moved into the bullpen. He was really bad as a starter, and he's a non-tender. He's actually a trade. He's a trade candidate. I mean, if we can get... Can we get a bunch of money for him? I mean, we could get close to... I'm not trading any of these players with him, but, I mean, I just feel like the value drops if, you know, when we get to the end of the season. Yeah, it's already started to drop. Because I think in the off season I was able to get like $12 million for him. Yeah, I mean, I could get $7.5 million for him right now, but he's popular. And with the way the season's gone, our fan interest has, well, it's stayed at a 62. It hasn't been terrible. But he's been really bad. Aiden Miller, he's been really bad as well. Coming off a pretty good year a year ago. You know, I mean, Sarantola's only 2-7 with a 5.95, and he's signed long term. So we had to call up Nate Buckley with his 30 stamina, and he's gone 6 1/3 in his 2 starts. So we'll see. I mean, if that stamina can be a 35, he can be a passable starter. If not, I may have to stick him in the bullpen. But right now, I don't really have any other options for starters. Ben Curdna, I had to send down to the minor leagues. He was awful. And we don't really have anybody ready to go. So, surprisingly, we are running out of pitching. Cam Johnson has been really bad down in AAA after having a decent season with us last year in the bullpen. Yeah, we're lacking. Waldrop never developed, which stinks. I mean, I guess I could give him a try, 55, 55, 40 if this doesn't work out. But so pitching wise, Quaystad's had a good year. Quaystad and Little have continued to pitch really, really well, as has our bullpen. Klein, Cantorino, Mendez have all pitched pretty well. Diaz has been really bad. Wance has been not great. I mean, it's been fine, I guess, as a back of the bullpen guy. But Sarantola and Edgel being as bad as they are have really hurt us. So, offensively, Guzman and Witt. Bobby Witt's having a really nice campaign for us, on pace for 5.5 WAR. Escobar seems to have finally figured it out with the bat. 297 and 874 OPS has been great. Jake Swan has been terrific, hitting 320. Vaquero's done a nice job in a backup role. Mercedes has taken a step backwards this season. Glad I didn't sign into that long-term contract. Carter Jensen, providing us with some pop. Blake Maltman, it's been up and down. He was up as high as about 290 or so. But he's not there yet. He still has some growth, but I think he'll be okay when it's all said and done. And then after that, it's been bad. Bathgate, I called him up to play short because our other shortstop was awful. And he's been slightly below average as a shortstop. And that was to be expected because his rating was a 35 when I called him up. So it's gonna take some time. Stewart's been meh. Muncie's been bad. And Miller's been bad. So McLean isn't ready. Isn't ready yet. The ratings, I mean, his stats suggest that he is, but his ratings, if you look at his, I mean, it's not ready. Not to start in the middle infield for us. Yeah, so we just got to sort of see how this year goes. We don't have a lot of, I mean, we could call up Rivas and stick him at DH. That might not be a bad solution. We'll see how the rest of the month, we'll see how the month of July goes, and then maybe we call up Rivas. If nothing else, he'll give us average. Give us another batting average guy, which might not be bad, but it's draft time. It is draft time. And there's one player that I want, and we're not going to get him, but it's this guy, Hanky Martin, a 6'6", 200-pound catcher out of Elk Grove Village. It's about 20 minutes away from me. The mock draft has him going 8th. I mean, if he falls to me, I'm going to take him, and I'm not even going to think twice about it, but I don't suspect he will. So let's see who will fall to us. We're picking where? 20-something? 27th. All right. So Hanky's not there. Not a surprise. We got Vince Mielke. That's a really good bat. Good infield range. It says he wants to be a bullpen arm. Can he pitch? Not really. Mielke's not a bad option. Kind of hoping that there's a starter who's ready to go. Because right now it's Mielke, but he's only 17. Chris Glover looks pretty good. I take him with a second-round pick. Do we have any starters that are ready? Nope. Bunch of 18-year-olds. You have Terrius Lowe, who's not ready. He's not bad, but he's a long way away. He's not bad, but he's a long way away. And not a great draft. Not a great draft. Huh. Do we go Dave Rock? 6'7", 210-pound lefty, extreme ground ball, great stamina, high work ethic. That might be the guy. Bit of a reach. Great hold, great stamina. And Mielke's really good. Who do they think we should take? Camarillo. No. So it's either Mielke. I guess the question is, do I think that Rack will be there with our second pick? Oh. Because we know that Mielke won't be. That's such a good bat. Good speed. This is tough. I'm going to go Milky with the hope that Rack is still there, because there's a lot of starters in here. And if he's available with our second pick, I will take him without thinking about it. Just checking some other things. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Milky and hope that Rack is there. Let me know what you guys say what I should have done. Let's see. Are we going to get Rack? We are not. All right, he's gone. Damn it. Where did he go? Draft log. Oh, he went like 3 picks later. All right. He's got a changeup that won't develop, and he's a little work ethic. Chris Blyden looks okay. And again, a high school. I don't like taking high school arms. You guys know that, but Chris Bumbaugh. Ugh, I mean, he's kind of a two-way guy. This is not a good draft. Wow. Hoping maybe that there's a high ceiling, low floor guy in here who's like you know, 45 overall, but is, you know, maybe 50s across the board. Here we go, Andy Tyler. Andy Tyler, not quite as good as the last guy we were looking at, but he looks pretty okay. OSA likes him more than we do. I mean, if he ends up at 50, 65, 55, I'm going to take Andy Tyler. Might be a bit of a stretch with that second pick, but I want to just look at batters real quick. Make sure there's nobody I'm missing. Yeah. I'm okay with this pick. I'm okay with Andy Tyler in the second round. All right, third round we can start to mess around a little bit. It's impossible. That's why he hasn't signed yet. We don't have any money, so that's not an option. Dylan Ford. Kind of like him. Good outfielder, good speed. Still a ways away, but good ratings. High loyalty, low greed. Sure. Work ethic guys that have David Huerta. Looks all right. Good bat out of a catcher there. Let's look at individual pitch potential. A knuckleballer. It's really bad, but it's a knuckleballer. Keaton Hackwell. I mean, he's way underdeveloped, but fastball, changeup, knuckle curve. Sure. We could take a shot on him. He's Canadian. Love a good Canadian. David Navarro. Yep, we'll take him with our next pick. It's only rated a 35. It's got to be because of the stamina. High work ethic. Yep. All right, let's go to fielding ratings. We have so many catchers in our system, guys. I've been going through and trying to trade catchers for cash. I was able to trade a couple of them. Nobody of real note, so not even anything worth showing, I don't think. But work ethic, Raheem Loomis, Jake Will. Let's look at infield defense. We do need to eventually figure out the shortstop position, because I don't think that our first round pick from a couple years ago is going to be the guy, just based on his... Chris Barnes? I'm going to draft him because I like the profile. I like the defense. His personality is terrible, but let's just make sure these other guys aren't better. Yeah, that's fine. Chris Barnes. That's name. Salvador Hemphill, out of Spanish Fork, Utah. High work ethic out of Fabris. I mean, he's great defensively. I think we may take him just because he's so good defensively, and he's got the high work ethic. Right, let's go back to batting potential. Let's look at all players, see if there happens to be a... no, I was hoping maybe there would be a bat in there. Yeah, he's not it. Brett Miller? I mean, that's... yeah, at this point you start looking for players with at least one skill set. He's got two, so... Jorge Alvarado. Sure. Catcher with a bat, but not a great glove. But you can never have too many catchers, I guess. Andres Herrera, no. Yes, not a great draft. Excuse me. Not a terrific draft at all. Any high contact guys left? Impossible. Javion Duffy, sure. He's a slap hitter, singles hitter, but again, you just look for that one skill set at this point. Joe Asher's got the elite speed. The ratings are not great, but let's go back to individual pitch potential. I'm not unhappy with my pitching selections. I think I did okay there. But yeah, just overall, this wasn't a particularly good draft. I know we're only in the 12th. We're only in the 12th round here, and I'm already like ready to call it. This is really bad. Let's go back to fielding, I guess. I mean, I've already looked at all these guys. I mean, I keep looking at them, but their ratings aren't going to change. Sure, we'll take Jerry Catherman. And we'll take Luis Castillo. And we'll take Josh Harden. He looks all right. He actually doesn't look terrible. Yuck. Yuck. We'll take Steve Jones. All right, and I think we are going to let the AI complete. And I think I am going to, let's go ahead and get everybody signed. $9 million, yeah, I got enough. I got enough to sign everybody. We'll sign the ones that require overslot first, just to make sure. And we'll sign the rest of the guys. All right. Yeah, so I'm not. I mean, I like Milky. I don't know. I mean, the arm isn't great. The error isn't great. The turn DPS. He's got good range, so he can. I mean, if those improve, he can play shortstop. I mean, that's too good a bat to pass up. I mean, he is only 17. Again, Tyler, very low floor or low ceiling, high floor kind of guy. But I mean, that's a middle of your rotation starter if all those ratings peak. And everybody else were just. I mean, Ford looks all right. Right? I mean, he's above average at everything. Hackwell, a kid, but could turn into a pretty good pitcher. So, overall, not a terrible draft. And I do think we are going to send Aiden Miller to AAA. We are going to call up Rivas. Does he have any outfield ratings at all? No. He simply cannot play the field, which is fine. So against lefties, he becomes the DH. Muncy will come in and play left field. And I think I move everybody down one. And try to get some additional. So now you got 55-60, 55-75, and 65-65 at the top of the lineup. So presumably we'll have more players, more people on base against lefties. I'd like to get him out there against righties too, but Muncy in a DA or in left field, I guess. Yuck. No, we're going to do this. This is gross, but this is what we're going to do. No, that's not what we're going to do. Yeah, it is. That's what we're going to do. I'm toying with the idea of moving Guzman up to the number 2 spot because a lot of the analytics these days tell you that your best hitter should bat second. But I think leaving him where he is fine. Hoping maybe that 65 contact and gap power will give these two guys a couple of additional hitters on base. And Escobar probably deserves to move up ahead of Muncy too. He's hitting quite well. And we'll run with that. Yep, that's what we're going to do. All right, guys, so draft is done. I am going to go ahead and we're going to sim to the end of the season. We're 3 games out of first place. We are half a game out of the wild card. So we're still in it. And we will come back either at the end of the season if we're totally out of it, or come back, a week or 2 ahead of time if we are still in the race. So I'll be back in a sec. All right, guys, we're back. We got about a week left in the season. We're 3.5 games out of first place. I don't think that's a reasonable goal, considering we only have 6 games left. But we are a half game up in the wild card over Houston, who's won like 12 games in a row or something. Yeah, 12 games in a row. We're a half game ahead of them. We are, a game and a half ahead of the Twins? Yeah, game and a half ahead of the Twins, half game ahead of Houston. We've got the second to last, 66 and 90 White Sox for 3, and then we finish the season against Minnesota. So that will obviously kind of make or break it for us. Lazaro Rivas has done a pretty nice job. Not hitting for much power, but we didn't expect a ton of power. He does have 19 doubles. 733 OPS. He's stolen 10 bases. So it looks like he's doing an okay job in that number 2 spot. Bobby Witt continues to have a great year for us, ending up at 5.5 WAR. That contract was pretty ridiculous, but I mean, he's going to end his career with over 300 home runs and over 2,000 hits. I mean, that's pretty good. Guzman's having another good year. Obviously a bit of a step down from last season, but I'll still take it. Dylan Bathgate, once he figures out shortstop, again, he's at a 50 now. The bat is not terrible. It's not an awful bat for Dylan Bathgate, so maybe we found an answer at shortstop. That'll be nice. Our pitching still hasn't been good. Outside of Little and Quaystad, our starting pitching has been really, really bad this year. And I just have to hope that we can hold on. In a 3-game series, if you're running with Little and Quaystad, you got a good shot. I'm concerned beyond that. But we'll see. Yeah, Cameron Johnson hasn't been the answer. When we go to a 4-man, it'll be Little, Quaystad, Sarantola, and Brooks. But Buckley, as a reliever, has actually been really good. 2-0, 2-1-6, 39 strikeouts in 25 innings. Edgel has even been pretty good as a reliever as well. 3.38, 53 strikeouts in 37 innings. But this could be it for Chris, which is a shame because he was the 3rd overall pick, and we know that there were a couple of players in there that were really, really good. And God, he was so good those his 2nd and 3rd season, and it just fell off. Oh well, it is what it is. Can't change it. But we got 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the Twins as we look to clinch a playoff spot. Let's see what happens here. Game 1 against the White Sox. Just thinking about it. It's an 83-74 win. We win, and we are now 83-74. So Max Meyer gets worse. He's probably done after this year. Buckley gets better. Vaquero. I just left McLean in the minors. He's putting up a great season, but he'll start this season next year with the big club. The ratings are where they need to be. Caleb McQuirk. Oh, that's nice to see. Yeah, he's had an okay. He walked a ton, but he's had an okay season. He could be due for a call-up next year. Andy Tyler was our 2nd-round pick this year. He hasn't been great in A-ball. But again, if he ends up 50, 65, 60 with 260 pitches and 355 pitches, that's a really good starter, so I'm optimistic. Seb Bodkin is another player that I'm looking at. He's been developing as of late. You can see the ratings have started to increase. They were high and then they dropped, and now they're coming back up. But really good glove. Really good glove at short. If he can hit at all. Christian Rowe was a 4th-round pick a couple of years ago. He's starting to smack the ball around a little bit as well. We probably start him next season in Double-A. Yeah, he had a good year. 24 home runs, 94 RBIs, 16 stolen bases between 2 stops. All right, so we win 5-1. We get 2 hits, 3 RBIs from Sal Stewart. Guzman and Escobar each have a couple of hits. Maltman with 2 hits. Sarantola pitches 4, shutout. Edgel comes in, gets the win. 1.5 games up now on both Minnesota and Houston. Got Cam Johnson pitching today. We lose 5-0. Half game over Minnesota. Still a 1.5 games over Houston. And Murphy Brooks, as we try to take 2 out of 3 from the White Sox. We don't. That's a problem. We are now tied with Minnesota going into the final weekend of the year. At least we have Little and Quaystad going. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Game 1 against the Twins and at home. It's a 5-3 loss. All right, we are out of the wild card. Game 2. If we lose this game, we miss the playoffs. We win the game, 6-2. We get a 3-run homer from Witt. Guzman with a solo home run. Rivas 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Quaystad wins his 17th. So this is it. This is it. We have to beat Minnesota here. They're sending Randy Officer, who's 0-2 with an 8.31. We're sending Eric Sarantola to the mound. Do we make the playoffs? We do. We win 3-1. 3 hits for Guzman in the finale. Sarantola goes 4 2/3. Meyer, Mendez, Klein. And we finish 85-77. Not a great season, but a strong second half. That's 32, 34, and 25 over the last couple of months. I don't suspect that we're going to have a super long run in the postseason here, given our pitching. But it's a possibility, especially since it looks like... Yeah, I was going to say it looks like we can go with the top of our... rotation. So we can go with Little in game 1, Quaystad, and Sarantola. So long relief, and we're going to not pitch Brooks because if we do make it to the next round, we are going to need him. So let's just bench him for a week. All right, we have to set our roster. Anybody that's not on the roster that we want on the roster. Man, it would be great if he could develop. I mean, he had a great season in the minors. He's just nowhere close to the majors yet at 24. How did Miller do in AAA? Just out of curiosity. He was fine. All right. Well, maybe he gets another shot next year. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. All right. So Meyer is not on the active roster for the postseason, which is fine. So we're taking on Oakland. The A's finished 85-77, won their division. One of the best offenses in the league. Brad Delorio, a 25-year-old masher of a third baseman, is pretty damn good. Juan Brito, wow, he's really good too. All right. Let's see how this series goes. Christian Little against Demetrius Vizcarra. Game 1 goes to Oakland 5-4, and yeah, we needed that. We needed that because that means Game 3. Oh, Buckley, man, you're killing me. Because that means Game 3, we're going to have to trust Sarantola if we can win Game 2 with Quaystad on the mound. All right, here we go. Series tied at 1. We went 5-3. So it is going to come down to Sarantola. We score 5 in the 6th. 2 RBIs for Escobar, 2 RBIs for Bathgate. Quaystad is really good, and it is going to come down to Game 3. Zach Eflin, 9-9 with a 4.11 against Sarantola, 4-10 with a 4.44. Here we go, and we win the series. We win 7-5. Wow, we were down 5-1, bottom of the 7th, 4-run 8th, 2-run top of the 9th. Maltman goes 3 for 5. He's named the series MVP. Guzman with a 3-run homer in the... Oh, they both homered. So it looked like Maltman homered to lead off the inning. Then Rivas and Witt both got on, and then Guzman homered as well. Sarantola pitches well. Buckley redeems himself and gets the win, and we advance. Excellent. All right, so we move on to the next round. We're going to be taking on Cleveland. Is Little going to be ready? He's slightly tired. All right. So pitching staff, 4-man rotation. Murphy Brooks will start Game 1. That's fine. That is fine. Cleveland went 90-72. Middle of the pack offensively. Good pitching staff. Medina, yeah, they got a pretty good pitching. Wow. Pretty good pitching staff here. He's unbelievable. University of Southern Maine, Jorge Medina. Yeah, offensively, they're just okay. They don't hit for a lot of power. Just okay offensively, but very, very good pitching staff. All right, Murphy Brooks, Jorge Medina, Game 1. Goes to the Royals. We win 4-3. We were down 3-1. We scored a run in the 8th, run in the 9th, run in the 10th. Witt 3 for 5. Guzman 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Why did it start Edgel? Oh, I know why it started Edgel. Yeah. I mean, it worked. It's fine. But that's not what I wanted to have happen. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. 5 innings, 9 Ks. That's fine with me. All right. So we got Little going in Game 2. As we take home field advantage away from the Indians. They beat us 4-3 in Game 2. They walk us off for a change. Mendieta gives up a run. Little was good. 6 2/3, 3 runs. Quaystad against Lares here in Game 3 now. 2-1 lead. We win 9-5, and again we come from behind. We were down 5-1 going into the 8th. 4 runs in the 8th, and that's a walk-off grand slam by Guzman in the 9th inning to walk it off. Off of Hunter Green. That 30 movement will give up some home runs. Quaystad gave up 5. All right, let me take a 2-1 series lead with the walk-off home run. It's Tristan McKenzie. 12-10, 4-3-1 against Sarantola in Game 4. They beat us 8-5. Look at this game. 8-5, and they scored 6 runs in the 13th. Who did they score all those runs off of? Wance and Inaba. Yeah. I mean, we went to everybody else. It's all you can do, I guess. All right. So here we go. Their ace against Murphy Brooks in Game 5. And we got to do... In fact, we're going to do this right now. What do we got? Federico Viescas. He's got 6 pitches. Yes, sir. Naranjo. Yep. I like him as well. Arroyo. Yep. I like him as well. Wow, a lot of good pitchers in this one. That's a lot of really good pitchers. Can only invite 10, though. That's the problem. This could be a pit. Invite Garza. Invite Garza. Back to pitching. Invite him. That might be the end of it. Yep. All right. All right. So here we go. Game 5 in Cleveland. Murphy Brooks, Jorge Medina. Their ace against our number 4. Do we advance to the ALCS? We do. We win 5-1. We take the lead and hold it this time. Max Muncy 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Who was named the MVP? Jake Swan. Let's go. Jake Swan with his 2nd home run of the series. Brooks goes 4 1/3. Buckley, Cantorino, Mendieta, and Klein. And we advance to the ALCS to take on the Yankees. We should be in a position to go Little Quaystad. Yep. All right, let's look at the Yankees. 94-68 on the year. First in runs scored, first in starters ERA. Strider, look at that. Strider, Rodriguez, Ohtani, Serna. Jason Dominguez missed the entire season, and he's back for the playoffs. Look at that. I don't know how we beat this team, honestly. We'll see. I don't know how we beat this team, though. Their bullpen is elite. Their offense is elite. We'll see. Game 1 at New York. Christian Little and Spencer Strider. Goes to the Royals. We win 2-1. Yasser Mercedes with a home run. Jake Swan with a home run. 5 1/3 for Little. And then our bullpen does what our bullpen should be doing. That's 3 2/3 of one-hit ball. We win Game 1. Game 2, Quaystad and Grayson Rodriguez. We lose 2-1 this time. They walk us off in the bottom of the 9th. Home run from Everson Pereira off of Will Klein. All right, Game 3, Shohei Ohtani against Eric Sarantola. We're at home, and we take a 2-1 series lead with a 4-3 win in 14 innings. They scored 3 in the first and then nothing over the final 14 innings of the game. Sal Stewart was the hero with a run-scoring single in the 14th. And those are 3 unearned runs. Now look at our bullpen, man. 2 1/3, 1 2/3, 2, 3, 1. Love it. All right, 2-1 series lead. Game 4, Luis Serna against Murphy Brooks. Series is tied at 2. They score a run in the 9th. Shohei Ohtani with an RBI single in the 9th inning. Carter Jensen with a home run. All right, series is tied at 2. Back to the Aces. Strider and Little in Game 5. Goes to the Royals, 8-6. We got to win 1 out of 2 in New York to advance to the World Series. Yasser Mercedes, 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. Cantorino blows the save, and Naba, Klein, Buckley all pitch well. So they got Grayson Rodriguez in Game 6. We have Dylan Quaystad. I mean, this is where we want to do it, right? We don't want to send it to Game 7. We got Quay. We got our best pitcher on the mound. Let's just do it now. We win the series 4-2, and we move on to the World Series, guys. As per usual with Out of the Park Baseball with a wild card team, right? Diego Guzman is our MVP. Quaystad goes 7, gives up 2 runs, and we get it done. So we move on to the World Series to take on the Washington Nationals. I think the Nationals are really good in this world. 94-68. Second best offense, 4th best pitching staff. Yeah, Gavin Abrams, really good. Yeah, I mean, really just 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5, all really good bats. Jeff Gray. This was the guy, well, oh my God, look at these numbers. 97-25 with a 2.10 ERA and 165 starts. He struck out 424 batters. He's been good for 34 WAR in the last 3 seasons. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give up Game 1. Holy hell. All right. Let's look at our pitching staff. Quaystad's exhausted. Little is ready. Do we waste this game on Little? Or do we... I don't think so. I think we go with Sarantola and see if we can steal it. Let's see. Yeah, we lose 5-3. Not a surprise. Gray struck out 12 and 6. All right. So now we mess with our pitching staff a little bit. We can go to Little. So we'll do this. Little and then Brooks. And by that point, Quaystad will be ready to go. All right. Game 2. Victor Medeiros against Christian Little. We're down 2-0. I think we got swept in our last World Series too, didn't we? Ooh, they walked this one off. We were up 6-0. We were up 6-0. And they walk us off. All right. Series doesn't start till someone wins on the road, though. So all we got to do is win games 3 and 4, and we're right back in it. Let's go back here. International. Let's run practice. All right. And we win game 3. 4-0. Murphy Brooks coming through 7 innings of 2-hit, no-run ball. Maltman 3 hits. Witt drives in a couple. Jensen drives in a couple. That's a big win. It's a big win because now we have our ace in Game 4. Sean Dubin against Dylan Quaystad. Yeah, because now we got to beat Gray, and that's not going to happen. Quaystad wasn't bad. Couple of unearned runs. All right. Can we beat Jeff Gray? We do. We beat Jeff. Well, we didn't beat Jeff Gregg. We walked it off in the ninth. Chris Escobar hits a 3-run run scoring single. What? Oh, Guzman hit a 2-run homer to tie it. Diego Guzman hit a 2-run double with 2 on to tie it, and then Escobar drove him in. Unbelievable. 14 strikeouts, 2 hits, and 7 innings. All right. Well, we're still alive. We got to win 2 games in Washington. We have Christian Little pitching today, and they beat us 4 games to 2. So, regular season progress not made. Overall, though, you make the World Series, and it counts for something. So that's our second World Series appearance. We got some decisions to make in this offseason. Like, what are we going to do with Edgel? We don't. I mean, obviously, we don't have any money. Money's not a thing. But yeah, our new budget is $110 million, and yeah, we're $72 million over our budget. Fan interest is 75, so that's increasing. We have the problem is when we get to we're so far over our budget that when we get to the preseason, our owner is going to drop all these, and that's going to hurt. But yeah, we got a lot to do in arbitration. Kerdna is probably good. We're probably going to let him go. Edgel, we're probably going to let him go. That'll be, roughly $14 million. Wance, we can probably let him go. Well, he was pretty good, actually. I don't know. Carter Jensen, Max Meyer are both gone. So yeah, we've got some decisions to make. We're gonna get some help offensively. McLean will be up next season. Beyond that, though, we're gonna be pretty much the same team. Yeah, we'll have McLean up. Hope for some off-season improvement from like Montana. Would love to get him in the rotation in the next year or so. Slaga, Ibarra, those guys are a couple of years away. So yeah, we're gonna look pretty much the same. I am gonna try to find an outfielder in the Rule 5 because our outfield situation is tough right now. Max Muncy isn't the answer. Carter Jensen is gone. Yasser Mercedes, I mean, he wants like $5 million. This could be the end for him. So, yeah, we could look a little different next season, but the pieces are there. We're close. I keep saying that, but Quaystad, Little, Brooks is not a bad 1, 2, 3. Sarantola, his ratings suggest he should be better than he is, and unfortunately, Edgel. I mean, as a reliever, he's probably pretty good, but I can't pay $9 million for a reliever. So that is going to do it, guys, for this episode. That is our second World Series. I keep saying that, but I am unsure if that's actually the case. I think we made it here in 2029 as well. So, or was that our first World Series? I don't know. But we've made the playoffs the last 3 seasons, which means it's working. We just got to get over the hump. Got to get over the hump. Maybe the hump is next season. Guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.